So, hey everyone, quick video here. Totally wasn't planning on making one today, mostly because I've been sick all week since I got back from vacation. You can probably hear it in my voice a little bit. Don't know what it is. It's not the Rona. I've been tested 3 times. It's not the Rona. Definitely just caught a little chest cold on the plane. Been feeling kind of cruddy all week. So yeah, this was not on the top of my to-do list tonight, but here we are. And what is amazing is that so today we had the San Diego Comic-Con panel for the WoT Origins, where they announced, rightfully so, during this Origins panel, that we were going to get new Origins episodes in August. Many people are speculating that these are the last 2 episodes that we didn't get previously. I tend to agree with that. It'd be cool if we did get some more after those 2 that we didn't initially get, but we'll have to wait and see. However, another interesting thing that happened today was we got a behind the scenes video, which is just for season 2, not for season 1. So this is new content. Like, oh my god. And this video was so much. I mean, I'm going to do a breakdown on it like everyone else is going to do. We're just so freaking pumped right now. And it's just so much to process because we've been so long without content for the show, and now we're getting it. And the thing that really stood out to me in the behind the scenes was the minor changes in the costume direction, which makes sense. Isis is no longer the costume director for the series, so they've brought in a new costume director. Can't recall her name. Probably on WoTSeries.com if you go over there and check out their fantastic work. But yeah, so some of that I think is reflected in her. It still has the overall vibe of what was established in season 1, but it's definitely got a little bit of a different flair to it, I think, just from what I've seen in the behind the scenes. Could be totally wrong here. Could, like, by the time I get into the stills that have been taken and start really like nitpicking this, I might say, well, this is actually way more similar than I thought, just at this first glance. But one of the things in the trailer that made me really excited is the freaking mirror draw was nailed to the door. Holy crap, y'all. Holy crap. The mirror draw nailed to the door. The Great Hunt. It looked like it was just Perrin and the Shinarans who were investigating the area. But wow. Oh my god. That is one of the most iconic scenes. So I'm expecting a lot of things from Fane in this season. I'm expecting a lot of things from the Shinarans. I'm expecting a lot from Perrin. I do think like they will be looking for Rand along with like Fane and the Horn and stuff in this season, so they're kind of combining the Look for Rand arc of TDR along with like the Look for Rand arc from the Great Hunt, because we do that twice, right? Like where Rand goes missing. So it makes sense to compress both of those, right? Like they don't necessarily have to be separate things. And I'm pretty excited about where this is going to take us. I'm interested to see how Matt's going to link back up with this, but I'm assuming that he's just going to get his TDR cure in the tower relatively early on in season 2, and then he'll link back up by the end of the season. He'll probably be, actually Matt may be our first eyes into Camelin, which could be pretty cool, I think, especially if he runs down there and ends up following the storyline as he does throughout The Dragon Reborn. So anyway, if I'm whispering, sorry, my wife is asleep. She had a long day at work. She's also not feeling well. So anyway, just y'all, there's just so much in this trailer. Like I can't possibly cover it all right here, but that was like one of my favorite things. However, after all of this and after the end of the panel, Rafe went on Twitter and answered questions. And I don't mean like Rafe, and I've got it pulled up right over here. So this is all like super unscripted, super like live me talking at you. But like Rafe didn't do that. Like, I'll answer the first 10 questions. He answered like 50 questions. And I mean, answered them. There was none of this season 1 coy bullshit that he pulled previously. Like no, like, so just, oh my god. So here I'm just gonna read some excerpts of questions. So from Rodel Iturralda on Twitter of Time asked, which books make it into season 2? Rafe said pieces of 1, 2, and 3. So do you know what that means? Pieces of book 1 still? prologue. Here's hoping. But anyway, so we know confirmed that season 2 is going to wrap up things from book 1 and combine 2 and 3. So that's really good. On Caldazar, Son of Battles on Twitter of Time, also asks, blink twice if we see more than one Forsaken. And Rafe did 2 blink emojis as an answer to that. So multiple Forsaken in season 2 confirmed. There's a lot. People ask production questions. People ask funny questions. People ask all sorts of things. Like, some of the funniest ones are from my good buddy Delusions of Grendel. Asked, what's your favorite scene with Donald Fent? And why is it him blowing the horn? To which Rafe responded, hashtag let Donald toot is now the rallying cry of a generation. Oh boy, let Donald toot. That's a hashtag, if y'all remember. So, for those who know, you know. Anyway. James of Queers of Time podcast asked, in comparison to season 1, how much queer rep is there going to be? And Rafe said, it depends on how many great memes you turn out, which means he's watching James's memes. Fantastic. Love to see it. Love to see it. But let's get into some of the more showy topics here, specifically. And someone asked, so Kevin Angus, Twitter of Time, asked your favorite season 2 two-person scene with only the characters' names and no more. To which Rafe responded, Egwene Renna. Okay, so we know Egwene captured, confirmed. That's happening, y'all. Get ready to see it on screen. I'm not ready. You're not ready. You thought that white cloak bath scene was not great. This is gonna be worse. Let's see. Chris at CF Golding on Twitter of Time asked, how far into the books will this season take us? No, the EF5 are much more split up than the Eye of the World. To which Rafe answered, we were trying to get a fair amount of what's done in books 1 through 3, open parentheses, large parts still being held for later, close parentheses, by the end of season 2, so that season 3 can be much closer to the adaptation of the Shadow Rising. So he's got a plan for season 3 to essentially be the Shadow Rising, which, honestly makes sense. The Shadow Rising is the Wheel of Time book, right? Everyone says that's where the series really starts, or where it comes into its own. And Rafe knows this. The fans know this. It's not even my favorite book. My favorite book is The Great Hunt, but I know this. The Shadow Rising definitely took the heroic fantasy elements out and put way more of the Wheel of Time into the series. It's not that the first 3 books are bad by any means, but they're repetitive. They mostly follow Rand, except for the 3rd book where RJ plays with the structure and our expectations a little bit. And yeah, it's just, the 4th book is really if you're not hooked on the Wheel of Time by book 4, you can stop reading. You have my permission to stop reading, because if you're not hooked after that book, you're not going to get hooked. It's just not going to happen. So there were some other questions specifically, I'm looking for one in particular. I know for sure he confirmed Hopper, and he confirmed that in all caps, by the way. He was extremely excited someone asked about Hopper. So we're getting Hopper in season 2, which means Perrin development. We knew that Elias was going to be in here, so yes, I'm really excited for Perrin to finally be a character in the show. I really feel like Perrin and Rand suffered the most, kind of, from in season 1. Matt, we got a pretty good sense of his personality, and then he had the whole corruption arc, which is left incomplete, but he did at least have personality in an arc. Whereas Rand and Perrin didn't really get to shine as much. They were a lot more quiet, more introspective. Rand did get his moments in episode 3, but throughout the series, he was a bit more flat, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm pumped about that. So I'm just, y'all, there's just so much here. It's going to take multiple videos to get through all of it, but go to Twitter, find this thread. If not, I'm probably going to write an article about it on the Great Blight. I know Bane and Chiod's going to write like the top 10 things Rafe said on the Great Blight. Everyone else is going to cover this stuff, but it's just freaking amazing. And I cannot wait for season 2. I'm pumped. I haven't felt this, like, honestly, and I know we've said this a lot, but like after episode 8 of season 1, you know, all that stuff aside about COVID and actors leaving and whatnot, I was bummed. Like, episode 8 did not live up to my expectations, and it left me feeling super sad and super bummed. And I was burnt out, honestly, because I did those WoT videos as the show was coming out, and yeah, it was a lot of work. And then to feel let down at the end of the season, it was demoralizing. Fortunately, we've had JordanCon since then, which got me back up a little bit. It's made me feel a little bit better. And then we just had WoTCon this past weekend, which I'm working on my video for that, y'all, so don't worry. It's coming. But yeah, after those 2 cons, I was feeling really good. And now this Comic-Con panel, I am so revitalized. I'm really ready to get back into it. Heck, I mean, I even stopped what I was doing. Not really. I waited till I was done with work. But, you know, instead of playing video games or guitar and relaxing, I'm here making content because I'm excited again. And I'm excited too because books 2 and 3, I like them both a lot more than The Eye of the World. And The Eye of the World is one of my least favorite books. I enjoyed it more on a reread because you can see all the foreshadowing that it's a lot of foreshadowing. Like, you know, everyone knows. If you finish the series, you know, it's a lot of foreshadowing in The Eye of the World. So that's really interesting on a reread. But on your first read through, it's like not the best book. It's a little slow. It's a little boring. It's a little repetitive. All the things about the Lord of the Rings and the Fellowship of the Ring people talk about, pretty much true up to like the last, you know, third of the book is when it really diverges. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wrap the video here. I'm rambling, but I'm so excited. I wish I could scream and yell, but I do not want my wife to be mad at me for waking her up at 1 in the morning, or what is it, 1:30 technically. So yeah, I am just so excited. Anyway, y'all, thanks for checking it out. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna make it.